Hello everyone, welcome to From the Heart. I'm Joshua.
And I'm Mary.
And we're excited to bring to you all that's new and good when it comes to the arts in Central Florida.
Today we're talking with Les Slesnick, photographer, advisor, juror for over 30 years. We're interested in learning about Les's vision of the future of visual arts in Central Florida and how we may help the community grow. Welcome, Les.
Thank you,
Yes,
thank you,
welcome.
thank you.
Les, tell us a little about this book, because we're
The
kind of
Milk
curious.
Book.
Yes.
Milk is an acronym for Moments of Intimacy, Laughter, and Kinship. And it was a competition that ran in the years 1999 and 2000. True story, and this came right from the publisher of the book, Jeff Blackwell, who's from New Zealand. He went into a bookstore. His father owned a publishing company in New Zealand. He goes into a bookstore. He sees The Family of Man. Have you heard of that book? A Museum of Modern Art, published it in 1956. In 56, when MoMA decided to do that, they commissioned photographers from around the world to go out and shoot what they felt should be part of The Family of Man. Now, Jeff Blackwell says, that was 50 years ago. We need an update. Let's do it differently. Why don't we invite photographers from every country on the planet to enter and run a competition? And that's precisely what he did. Somehow they ran ads in some media in there's 190 some countries on the planet. In the end, they received more than 40,000 photographs from more than 16,000 photographers.
Wow.
I have to think about the numbers.
That's a lot of
from
numbers.
164 countries, including 4 Pulitzer Prize winners.
Wow.
They came up with 3 separate categories. Family was one of the categories. That was my thing in photography. I ended up, what I'd been doing, as Mary would know, is since the early 80s, my thing, if you will, became, my body of work is called private spaces. And what I do is I make my way into people's homes and I photograph what I find in the home that I think helps define you as a person. So a judge somewhere came up with the term people as portrait, and I buy that. I really bought into that. And indeed, other people have agreed that I could come into your home or your home, Josh, and I could photograph things, and without seeing you, by the time I'm done, we're going to know a lot about you.
Wow.
And so I kept hearing about this competition, and I saw it. I subscribed to several periodicals, one even that's printed and published in Paris. I saw their little ad in French that I didn't understand, but I knew it was them. They gave photographers a year to enter, and I kept letting it slide. And on the Monday of the Friday the competition closed, I said, maybe I should do it. It's right up my alley, right? So I went into the closet and just picked out 5 photos without any second thought, not a whole lot of thinking at all, picked out 5. Went to a pack and send place Tuesday morning and said, can you get to these to New Zealand by Friday? And he said, yes. It cost me a fortune.
I was thinking
It cost me a fortune.
What did it cost, do you remember?
Well, this was 10 years ago, but it was, I think, a couple of $100.
Wow.
But this was back in it was really the pre-digital days, so I had to send the real photographs. These were 11 by 14s. But they made it. I didn't know they made it, but they made it. Well, I have to tell you, I quickly forgot about the whole thing. Never thought about it. That was in, I think, September of the year. Scene 2 is the following January. Ella and I, my wife Ella, without whom I never would have done any of this, we get home from one of the shows in Miami. We're in the garage unloading the truck. It's 10 p.m. local time, but it's about 10 or 11 a.m. New Zealand time Monday morning. And the phone rings, and we have a phone in the garage. And you just got to picture this. We have boxes you know what it's like. We have boxes all over the place. And there's a female voice at the other end of the line. Is this Les Slesnick? Yes. Is this Les? They pronounce the S like a Z, a Z, and so on and so forth. Well, I'm calling to tell you that you're the International Grand Award winner of the competition.
Wow.
So Ella knew something. Ella's standing there, and she sees this look of awe come over my face. So all of a sudden, I turned lawyer, and I said, I think her name was Mary too. I said, Mary, you're telling me that I'm the grand award winner? Yes. And there could be no mistake. Is that correct? Yes. And I said, and are you telling me that I have just won the family category award for $20,000 US? Is that correct? And she said, yes. And
That's a good return on investment of that
and I said,
$200 you spent.
It gets better. Oh, it gets better. Actually, before that, I said, and you're telling me that I actually was one of the finalists, and I get into the thing with an award of $1,750 US. Is that correct? I followed every question with, is that correct? Yes. And you telling me that I'm the category winner for an additional US 20,000. Is that correct? Yes. And now you're telling me that in addition to that, I'm the grand award winner for yet an additional US $100,000.
Wow.
And she said yes. And then I said, and are you telling me that a week from now, you're not going to realize you made a mistake and call me back and say, Les, we made a mistake. Is that correct? And she said, yes, that's correct. We did not make a mistake.
Amazing.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's
you.
an
Les.
amazing.
We're in the presence of an international
So
Yes.
at the
award
time,
winner.
unofficially, it was a world record prize pool
Of course.
for a fine art photographic competition.
Amazing.
And then part of the package was the book that you set on the coffee table here. And so my photo, one of the grand award photos on the cover.
I hate to bring this closer because we've got like less than 2 minutes left, but there is a question that I would like to conclude with, and it is from Jason Hunt, that man that I married who hasn't won quite that award yet. Come on, Jason.
But he's an amazing artist.
And he
Yes,
said to please
yes.
ask you, when did you know, and when does an artist know that they are an artist? And you have a minute.
I think it's, you know you're an artist when you can do your drawings, do your photographs, paint your pictures, sculpt your sculptures. You know you're an artist when you can do it, get up in the morning, go into the studio and do it, knowing that you didn't make any money on the last show, that you didn't take an award at the last show, and you may not make any money at the next show, and you may get rained out at the next show, and that you may not take an award or do anything at the next show, yet you still go into your into your studio every morning, and you do what's right here. That's when you know you're an artist.
Great answer. Truly fulfilled. You can't see yourself doing anything else. That's when you're an artist.
It was
gonna love
particularly
that.
rough in 07 and 08 when I know several artists lost their homes, won the food stamps, but yet they still went into their studios every morning and they made great art.
And that's why you're an arts advocate, and we appreciate the
Thank
work
you.
that you're doing.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
We
Thank
sure
you.
do. Thank you so much, Les.
My pleasure.
I'm so moved by that.
Absolutely.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you for joining Joshua and I in our talk with Les. Sure gave us a good picture of the journey of an artist from behind and in front of the camera.
And we hope you'll see Les at an outdoor art festival sometime in the near future. And when you do, tell him that Mary and Joshua say hello.
From the heart.